So far, Tricia, we've learned to stop starving ourselves. We've learned to throw out all those foods we don't like and to eat what we want. But now we're going to practice eating it consciously. So you told me you like macaroni cheese.
I love it.
Go ahead and have it. But I want you to eat it at about a quarter of the speed you normally eat it. Off you go. Put the knife and fork down, though, and chew the food slowly. Savor it. When we slow our eating speed down, we take control. We can hear that signal that says we're full. People that have been eating fast foods start to eat it consciously because fast food is packed with sugar and salt. They go, that doesn't taste so good. They never noticed before because they were just getting high off the sugar and the salt. But actually, when they stop and they slow the eating speed down, they decide that maybe they don't want that anymore. So don't be too surprised if your preferences change. So let's just do it again, shall we? When you're ready, take another mouthful. It's very important that you put that knife and fork down. Down. There we go. Chew the food 20 times. Savor it. Concentrate on the food and nothing else. Focus on the food. Make the food a meditation. I know this might seem a little bit unusual.
Yeah, it feels ridiculous.
Okay, that's because it's different. Now, ask yourself, what looks ridiculous? Knife and fork down or... Let's do it again, shall we?
All right.
Fork down, though. That's it, good. Because you want to be tasting the food and enjoying it.
Yeah,
So,
it's amazing.
if you're still hungry, have another mouthful.
Maybe.
Now, tell me what you're noticing that's different.
I actually think I'm getting full, which is, I think I could have finished this plate before you sat with me.
But you might be hungry 10 minutes later. And if you're hungry, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna go and eat.
So golden rule number 3 is in future, always eat consciously. That means slowly. That means enjoy every mouthful. Really savor the food. Put the knife and fork down. Eat it at a quarter of the speed you would normally. Chew it about 20 times. No distractions. No TV, no magazine, no radio. Focus on the food and nothing else. And magic will happen. When we eat slowly and consciously, we eat less, which makes it easy to follow golden rule number 4. When you think you're full, stop eating. Now, this might sound a bit obvious. Everyone knows they should stop when they're full, so why aren't they doing it? Well, because they're going so fast, shoveling the food in, eating unconscious. Some people think, I just can't stop, I can't stop eating. When you slow it down, it's easy to, and it's easy to leave food on your plate. If you have been shoveling food in really fast, you will have overridden that signal from your stomach that says you're full, and you'll have actually desensitized yourself to that signal. It's like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. The more you listen to that signal, the easier it is to notice it. To better illustrate this point, we carried out a fascinating experiment at a typical American diner. Remember, the problem is that most people in the Western world decide how much food to eat from what they see rather than what their stomachs are telling them. In order to prove this to you, we carried out this extraordinary experiment on some diners. Watch and see what happens when people rely on their eyes rather than their stomachs to tell them when to stop eating. On day 1, our 6 diners all enjoyed identical plates of food. An all-American breakfast of bacon and eggs, hash browns and sausage. Without exception, all 6 diners cleaned their plates. On day 2, the 6 diners returned to the same diner to eat the same breakfast. Only this time, with one difference. They were blindfolded. When we see food on our plate, we tend to pay less attention to the signals from our stomach.
Actually, I'm not hungry anymore.
With our experiment, not only did the diners eat significantly less,
I knew that I wasn't hungry anymore. I feel like I should always eat blindfolded because then I won't eat as much.
I am very full.
I'm really surprised on how much food is left on the plate in comparison to yesterday.
Now, I know this is a bit unusual, but it's the easiest way to sense that signal that tells you that you're full. Once you begin to feel that sensation, it's much easier to tell when you're no longer hungry. So the next time, you can eat with your eyes open. Now, some people say, well, I just don't know. Okay, for the next few days, just guess. Did anybody here grow up in what I like to call the clean plate club, yes? So you were told by your parents you got to finish what's on your plate because if not, you should feel guilty, yes? My parents told me that. They said, look, there are starving children in some part of the world. And I'm a cantankerous person. I said, what? So me being overweight, it helps them, does it? Or people tell me, they'll say, well, you know, I can't leave half a chicken on my plate. It's wasteful. Look, you cannot resuscitate the chicken from half a chicken breast. The food is wasted the moment it's cooked. Where do you want that chicken breast? You want it on the plate, or do you want it here? Oh, this is another one I hear. People say, well, I'm at a friend's house for dinner, and it would be rude. They would be offended if I didn't eat all the food, so I just have to eat it all. This is what you can do. On this one occasion, you can blame me. You leave some food on your plate, you say, I'd like to finish it, but this crazy Englishman has done something to me, making me leave food on my plate. A lot of people think it can't be that simple. This is just the first part of my method. So when you're hungry, what are you going to do? Go and eat. And you're going to eat what you want, not what you think you should. And how are you going to eat it? Consciously. And when you think you're full, what are you going to do? I know this seems really simple and straightforward, but just do this for the next 7 days. Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds too easy. How could this possibly work? Losing weight is supposed to be difficult. Well, seeing is believing. I've been teaching my techniques to people in Europe for years now, and I'd like you to meet one of them.
I just wanted to feel loved by everybody and respected by everybody, so I did everything that I could, but I was fat, and therefore I was a complete failure, and therefore I hated myself. When I tried every single diet you could possibly think of, every pill, potion, diet, and I'd lose the weight. I'd lose 20, 30 pounds, but then I'd gain it back and then some, and it was that vicious circle again and again and again. My bad habits really were comfort eating and eating when I wasn't really thinking about it. I would just eat and eat and eat until I felt sick. The real shock was when I got married. It was probably the happiest day in my life, but inside I was crying. My husband was so happy for me, but I felt so ugly. I looked so ugly. I never actually got my wedding photographs developed at all. My health was suffering, and I thought, I've got to do something. I saw Mckenna, and I thought, right, I'm going to give it a go.
Please welcome all the way from England, Manjeet Sahota. Great to see you. Look at you. You look fantastic. Manjeet, how much weight have you lost?
160 pounds.
160 pounds!
I'm still losing it.
And still losing weight. It was only a few years ago you were wearing dresses like this. There's room for two of you in there, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, I want to say, those days are over. Now, tell us, how have you done it?
By not dieting.
You didn't diet?
No.
What did you do?
I ate whatever I wanted to eat, and I ate when I was hungry. I actually listened to when my stomach told me I was full, which I'd never done before. I never thought about doing it, and but I only ended up eating that much out of a plate.
What about your confidence? How's that improved?
Oh, it's gone through the roof, absolutely gone through the roof. One example was when I was that size, I used to go into this particular shop with my friends and my sisters, and all the ladies know what I'm talking about here, but I could only wear the because nothing fit me. When I lost the weight, I actually went into the store one day and I was walking back from work, and I tried on this absolutely gorgeous dress, and it fit me. And I was in the dressing room and I just started crying. And two of the assistants ran in because they thought I'd hurt myself. And I explained to them, I said, look, I've just lost 160 pounds. And I always wanted to buy a dress in this shop and nothing ever used to fit me. And they bought in every single ball gown from the store. And they said, look, we want to see you wear that. And I tried on everything. That was so amazing.
What a beautiful moment of realization. Brilliant. Who else wants to be able to fit in some clothes that they've seen that they can't at the moment, yeah? Okay. What would you say to people that are watching tonight that are thinking, well, I know, I've got that dream too, but it's not going to happen? What would you say to them?
It works. It's the most easiest way that I've lost weight, and I've kept it off for 3 years. and I'm living proof it works.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for coming tonight. First and foremost, golden rule number 1. When you're hungry, go and eat. Don't deprive yourself, it'll slow your metabolism. Golden rule number 2, eat what you want, not what you think you should. In fact, I want you to go and throw out all the food you don't like and only buy the food that you do. Golden rule number 3, eat consciously. That means slowly. Really savor the food, chew each mouthful about 20 times, slow your eating speed down. And remember, no distractions, no reading, no watching television while you're eating. Finally, golden rule number 4, when you think you're full, stop. Pay attention to your stomach signals and stop when you even suspect you're full. I want you to eat at least one meal with your eyes closed. You'll be amazed at how much more in tune with your stomach's messages this will make you. So this is just the first part of my approach, and I'm going to show you how to knock out emotional eating. Who'd like to just overcome emotional eating, yeah? How would you like to be able to knock out any craving in a matter of moments? I'm going to show you how to do that. How would you like to know how to get totally motivated to take exercise in just a few moments? Okay, we are going to do all of that. We are just getting started on my approach to weight loss. Also, what can you expect? Well, it will feel a little bit different, but a nice difference, and notice that difference. Also, if you are hungry, there is a 75% chance you're dehydrated, so I would like you to have a glass of water. If you're still hungry, then go and eat. Drink more water, and also stop weighing yourself so much. Who weighs themselves nearly every day? Of course. I know, because you got obsessed with your weight. Some people are weighing themselves every day. What do you expect? You're going to jump on the scales and go, oh, I lost 10 pounds in the night. A tiny little movement of that needle can give you a good or bad day, so stop it and just weigh yourself every couple of weeks. Now, I know that some people are always concerned when I explain this. They go, well, what if I get it wrong and I put on some weight? You're already overweight. What do you got to lose? Now, the best way for me to show you at home how well this method works is by demonstrating with some members of the studio audience. We'll be following some of them so that I can show you at home the dramatic life changes that are possible. Follow my method.
Over the next 4 weeks, you're going to witness the amazing transformations of some of our studio audience. There's the single mother.
My husband was having an affair with my brother's wife. I just wanted to comfort myself. Eating it just made me feel a lot better.
That's about as bad as it gets.
There's the chocoholic.
I'm a chocoholic. Probably within a week, I'm eating 40 to 50 pounds of chocolate.
So I'm going to make it so that you don't want this at all.
There's the fireman.
I could be going out and getting some exercise. I don't see that ever happening for me just because I'm lazy. My blood pressure's a little too high. They put me off duty. I'm trying to get back to my job.
What we're going to do is change the way you think and act around food.
There's the attorney.
I tell myself that I'm not good enough. I tell myself that I'm not pretty enough.
Yeah, we have to stop this internal voice.
Okay.
They'll be using the same techniques to lose weight that I'm going to show you.
I'm just kind of amazed.
Do you want that?
Oh, it's pretty cool.
I am so happy. This is like the greatest day ever. Yay!
Now, while these methods are a great start, we all know what emotional eating is like. Many people are overweight because they've been eating on their feelings. Now, I don't mind if you're skeptical, because I know that many of you here have tried to lose weight before and failed. Who's tried and failed, yeah? Okay, well, as long as you follow the simple advice that I'm about to give you, you can lose weight. The good news is, this is not a diet. I'm really down on diets because the overwhelming research shows us that diets work for just 9% of people, because they just can't keep the weight off. Apart from the fact they work for hardly anyone, is that most people, when they come off a diet, put on more weight than before they went on it. Anybody had that experience here? Okay. Nobody wakes up one morning and says, God, I put on 50 pounds in the night. Usually, what they've done is gone from one diet, lost some weight, and then put on more weight than before they started, so they go on another diet, then they put more weight, more weight, more weight.
Many people think that losing weight is hard, but that's because they've been brainwashed by diets to think that weight loss is difficult. Research shows that more than 90% of people who try diets fail. They often put on more weight when they come off the diet than before they went on it. The more diets people try and fail at, the more they convince themselves they'll never be able to lose weight. Diets are great training courses in how to get fat and feel like a failure.